Monica Makes It Happen podcast is proudly supported by Goya. If it's Goya, it has to be good. And by JP Morgan Chase, New York's hometown bank for over 225 years.
So, hi, Dia.
Hi.
I'm always so happy when you come visit because I know you're up to something good.
Always.
And so usually I say who I'm with. I don't need to say it's the Dionne Warwick. You know, every age group you have the most amazing reach of anyone. From 3 years old, my kids are singing your songs, to me, nice and 39 years old.
Absolutely.
But you know what I'm saying.
Yes.
Why do you think that is, Dionne? Do you sometimes just, you seem like you're just seeping with gratitude about your life.
It's good music. You know, I've been very, very blessed in that every song I sing, first of all, has been written specifically for me by all composers. It started with Bacharach and David and has subsequently filtered through the rest of my recording career. So I think it's because of some good stuff I'm doing. You know, people want to smile, they want to laugh. That's the point where you really have to curse at me.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. And I know that you talk to a lot of different artists about the negative forces.
Absolutely.
Can I ask you a question? Like, I always want personal information because I need it for myself. How do you stay so positive and so your energy is so positive and so light?
Well, that's the way I was brought up. I was brought up around positive thinking people who understood what the truth is and that it works for you, not against you. You know, I like who I am. I really do.
So things are working for you and not against you. And
Right.
that's the philosophy under everything that you do.
That's the policy I follow.
Yeah. Now, the stories that you have, we're going to go a little bit into your story. You know, I've watched your documentary. I've talked to you many times. And Angelo, your right-hand man, has always been such a force of good in the music industry. But it's a real negative force. So I think a lot of people are thinking, goodness, you know, listening to your music, it's positive. Listening to your stories, it's positive. Is that a choice that you made early on?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, I've been called a messenger, which I finally realized is exactly what I am. And it comes through my music. And people want to smile, and they want to laugh, and they want to be inspired. You know, and I don't know anybody who wants to sit up and hear you cursing at them all the time. You know I don't, which is why I listen to my peers. I listen to music that makes me feel good.
Yeah.
You know, doesn't put me in a panic about what's going to happen to me. No. You know, give me a moment of ease, and that's something I enjoy.
And, you know, I have to thank you on camera, too, because of you and because of your generosity, you and Angela, both of you, being so open to our show. Our show has done pretty well now. Thank you for that.
My pleasure.
Now you're on our new podcast and everything else. And I think sometimes when someone believes in you, who believed in you and made you feel like you were valuable and you were worth something?
My family. You know, I come from a family of singers, gospel music. They inspired me tremendously, of course. And they also applauded me, which was wonderful to have your family say, yeah, you're doing all right, kid. It's a good thing that you're doing. And that made me feel good, which also kind of translates to what I do when I walk out on stage in the audience. We love to laugh together. They sing with me, and, you know, it's a nice thing to be applauded for things that they enjoy.
Now, everybody loves you, from the chairman of JP Morgan Chase. We know that. Jamie Dimon's a big fan. I'm a big fan. Something about you. There's something about Dionne. Oh, that's a new documentary. There's something about Dionne. Maybe a regular show on Netflix. There's something. Well, you have that magic. Yeah. And I think it comes from your story, right? It's from how you grew up, where you're from.
Yeah, it comes up. I think it has to do with who I am. You know, I am me at all times, coming and going. You know, I feel that it's so easy being who you are. And in so doing, the next time I see you, I don't have to remember what I said to you, because I know whatever it was, was taken the way it was
It
given.
was some really good stuff. every time I talk with you, for some reason, I know you probably feel this way. Angelo's in our studio audience, which you could probably sit here and also be with us. I think I get something so magical from you.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
I don't
Is
either.
it just because
You're getting the truth? That's what you get.
I think that's what it is. You're
Something
just
you're probably
so
not
real.
used to hearing all
No,
the time.
absolutely not. So true. Tell me about the Apollo. We really want to talk about the Apollo.
June the 27th, which is next week, actually. I'll be there doing a show called Don't Make Me Over One. And it'll be the last time at the Apollo, especially because they're closing the doors so they decided to renovate it.
Yes.
So I'm the last live show in there.
Wow.
And it's just basically a Q&A, film, a few songs here and there. But it's about me. You know, people have a fascination for some reason. I don't know how much more they need to know about me, but they're going to get the real deal.
I'll tell you why Can I tell you why? After a commercial break, I'm going to tell you why. Because you know so much, and you've been in the rooms making all these key decisions in the music industry, making these incredible like changes and sparking change, and not just music, but also in philanthropy. And we're going to talk about that after the commercial break. That's coming up. All right, we're back with Dionne Warwick. You make me laugh so much. And Ian Handler's lighting us up like the So Beautiful. This is why we look so good. Thank you, Ian. Tell me about your philanthropy. I mean, this is something, your school. How's your school? We visited. We're going to show some of that video.
School's doing fine. The auditorium will be opening very shortly. It's all finished. As you know, I have a wonderful staff there. And the children, of course, my heart. We're doing okay. Really doing all right. Yeah.
But it's always a good thing, funding, right? There needs to be. I saw the elevator.
Always, you know.
But the auditorium looks completely, it looks beautiful.
Yeah, it is. It's wonderful. And I'm thrilled about that. That we finally got that done. And, the next thing that we think of that needs to be done, we'll get it done.
Yeah, and the start of the day, I love the start of the day. Mm-hmm. Is that important to you too? Do you have a start of the day like that, or how do you start your day?
I start my day with thank you.
Thank you.
That's the first thing. And then I go up to my kitchen and make my coffee, have my cigarette, and get my shower, do the normal things. That's the first thing I do every single morning and every single night. Thank you.
Thank you.
You got me up and you laid me down.
That's right. That's right. Now, everyone thinks about your spiritual side.
Yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit about that, how your spiritual side has carried you through, especially,
that's easy.
Greater later kind of stuff?
I don't think anything can walk through life without, even though there are many that don't believe, which is their choice. I was brought up to believe, and I certainly do. I don't think I can go through a day without the help of God. And I cherish that. That's how I grew up. That's how I will lay down. That's how I exist.
Yeah, and work ethic. I've never met anyone, Angela, we were talking about work ethic earlier. I've never seen anyone work as hard as you do. Is that also a key to your success? Because I'm trying to find out. I'm an investigative reporter. How do you work so hard? I mean, some people would say, okay, I'm going to...
I don't call it hard work.
It's not hard work.
I enjoy what I do. I love what I do, in fact. And it's even more joyful to see how much joy I'm bringing to others through what I do. No, it's not hard work.
It's not work.
Not work for me.
Even though you're on tour and you're doing everything, media appearances left and right and everything else.
Yeah, if I made a vow to myself many years ago, because I only gave myself 5 years in the business. I'm 64 already now. But it's a case of when it becomes a job, because I never, ever wanted to work. When it becomes work, that's when I will hang up my ballet slippers and say thank you very much and goodbye. I don't think anybody really wants to work unless they're working or doing something they truly enjoy doing. Mm-hmm. And I just never felt that what I'm doing is work.
It's incredible. Well, I mean, you were just there. You're a gift of God. That from God. You really
Yeah,
are.
you're absolutely right.
That's really. I tell
totally
my children
agree.
that, and that's like my Dionne. You're my Dionne. So coming up after the commercial break, we're gonna do a round. We do our speed round of questions,
Okay.
and then we'll also promote again. She's at the Apollo, June
24th.
24th. Buy your tickets. No. Oh, June 27th. Angelo says June 27th.
My bad.
Buy
Sorry.
your tickets. Buy your tickets now. Okay.
Please.
That's coming up after the break. All right, again, Apollo, June 27th, we're back, and we're here with the legendary Dionne Warwick. She is my spiritual muse, my omega, my everything. I'm her biggest fan. I know everybody says that to you, but I think I really am. I mean, I have your picture in my room, you know, next to my children and covering my husband. But anyway, that's beside the point. But back to you. We're going to do our little speed round. I ask the same questions to everyone, but for you, these are a little extra special. Biggest success in life?
Oh my goodness, the biggest success in life. I think just being, you know. Heavenly Father's really kept me whole, kept me healthy, kept me doing things that I am doing because of Him. It's a gift they gave me. And apparently I'm using it right because He'd have taken it away a long time ago. Just being.
Favorite collaborator, favorite person to partner with?
Oh, wow, I can't do that. That's impossible. They're all friends.
Top 3, top 1, top 2. No. Oh my
it.
God, you love it. How about Dolly Parton? You must love Dolly Parton.
That was one of them.
Dolly Parton. Gotta say Dolly.
But I've done so many duets over the years. It's just
I know that is tough.
They're
That's
all
Stevie
friends.
Wonder. I mean, there's so many. You're right. Okay.
Yeah.
Biggest regret? Do you have any
No,
regrets?
I haven't.
No regrets. You're like Frank Sinatra. He says no regrets. No. I have a few, maybe too few to mention.
No regrets. I mean, everything that's happened during the course of my lifetime thus far is supposed to happen. It wouldn't if it weren't supposed to happen.
It's destiny.
I have no regrets at all.
Favorite song?
All of them. Every single one I've ever sang.
All of them?
They were written for me, so why not?
That's true. That's true. Something you haven't done yet. I mean, you're the star of TikTok. You're on tour. You have movies. You have the awards galore. I can't think of one more award, right? Angela, we're trying to figure out, can she get anything else? I mean, the Nobel Peace Prize. We can get you the Nobel Peace Prize. It's working on it right now. Maybe. Hello for the work that you did for AIDS research.
Yeah.
I can't go without a show without saying thank you for that. The amount of money that you raised for AIDS research and changing and saving so many different lives. That deserves a Nobel Peace Prize. Angelo, who do we talk to for that? We got to do that. Okay. We got to wrap up. He's saying wrap up. But so, talking to you about the future, is there something you haven't done yet that you want to do?
I'm sure there is. I'm sure there's a lot of things I haven't done yet. Just following the path that God leads me. Wherever He takes me, that's where I'm going.
Would Broadway? Would you ever think?
Sure, but no. You know what? Everybody that I know who has done from Broadway told me to think 3 times before I decide on that. It's the hardest job in the world.
Yeah.
So maybe not.
That's one no. That's a solid no. And then who should I have on my next podcast? Who do you think is a good conversation? Who's a good...
Golly. We're all big mouths. Everybody
stories.
Loves to talk, really.
That's true. That's true.
Anybody.
Yeah, anyone would be a good one. So anything you want to say that we might not have touched upon? Maybe the Apollo one more time.
June 27th, not 24th.
I'm wearing a T-shirt. The June 27th, Friday. Buy your tickets. This is going to be a podcast that drops on Friday, so it's perfect. And then we're going to air tonight, and we're going to promote you so much.
Wonderful.
I just love you so much.
I love
you.
Oh,
it's so good to see you. It's so good to see you. We're making it happen. She's making it happen.
27th of June, don't forget.
Dionne's making it happen. That was great.